and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. So we're finally in 2021, so obviously I need to wish you guys Happy New Year. Hopefully you guys stick with me through this year, the following years, however many years to come. So I just wanted to go through my 2021 TBR. Obviously this isn't going to be everything because it's just what I have on my shelf right now. I'm going to be collecting more as per usual. Also, I'm going to be collecting manga digitally now as well, which is exciting. So I've decided to split this video up into 3 parts. So the first part is going to be my physical copies, and within that we're going to have volumes that I've never read before, and we're also going to have a couple of rereads, just because I feel like for content purposes I want to reread a few things and, you know, jog my memory, and, you know, nostalgia is always fun and I love nostalgia. Rereading is something I always do. And then the last part is going to be the digital manga that I'm going to be reading, which I'm excited about, but I'll get into that later on in the video. So I'm going to start off with what I've got new. A lot of these are things that I've gotten at Christmas and for my birthday, so it's exciting. If you guys already know, if you follow me on Twitter, Instagram, I have fallen in love with this series, and it's Witch Hat Atelier. So right now I've got volume 5 and 6. I've read the first 4 volumes, obviously. Volume 7 is coming out sometime in February, so that's also on the TBR list. Obviously don't have it with me right now, so hopefully that'll be coming soon if Amazon is nice to me. But yeah, so Witch Hat Atelier will be the first series I'll be continuing with into 2021, which I am in love with. And then the next series we have is The Demon Prince of Momochi House. I've got volumes 8 to 11. Again, I read the first 7 volumes for my 25 days of manga, if you've seen that all over on my Insta stories. So I'm excited to continue with this. I am in love with this shoujo series. It's fun, it's got the yokai vibes. You know, I love fantastical romances. Anything fantasy, especially if it's like feudal era. It's just my drug, you know, you guys. So yeah, got Witch Hat Atelier, Demon Prince of Momochi House, and I have the 4th omnibus volume of Princess Jellyfish, another one that I'm collecting. And I also have, hang on a sec, it's quite heavy, Revolutionary Girl Utena. I've never actually read this series. I've seen the anime, which I absolutely adored. Although, I'm not gonna lie, with Utena, there's so many things I feel like I was missing, or I didn't pick up, or, you know, I didn't understand fully. So hopefully the manga will give me answers, or maybe I'll notice things more in the manga because, you know, I can take it at my own pace. But this is the new box set, which is just beautiful, you guys. I mean, let's look at the actual box. So pretty. I just love everything. I love hardcovers in general, but we've got Utena and Nancy. It's just so pretty. And I know I've already opened this before, so it's not really an unboxing, but we've got a poster here with Anthe and Utena. And you know what? Because I've only ever seen the anime, I didn't realise Anthe was South Asian, which is exciting as a South Asian woman. It's exciting to see because you don't really get that often in anime, and I didn't really notice the bindi on her forehead in the anime because they don't make it as obvious, it just looks like a little dot. Whereas here it's quite clear, the bindi is very, very clear. It's red and it's very obviously there, so yeah, it's just nice to have that, like, the confirmation that she's actually South Asian rather than just wondering, oh, there's like theories on the internet that she is or not. So yeah, how beautiful. And let's see if they've got colour pages. Yes, they do. Although she looks more like a strawberry blonde here rather than pink. Yeah. We're not here to talk about the henna though, just showing you my... I'm just excited, I had to show you guys, but here you go. They're just pretty to look at. Anyways, so moving on to what I will be rereading as part of my TBR. Ugh. More box sets. I'm going to be rereading Nausicaa, Hayao Miyazaki's manga. Obviously, if you're a Ghibli fan, you've probably already seen the film, which is just one of my favourite Ghibli films. I wouldn't say it's one of my like top 5, but definitely one I really enjoyed, definitely one I absolutely love the soundtrack to. I even have the vinyl to the soundtrack because just Ghibli soundtracks in general, man. Joe Hisaishi is just the one. I absolutely adore him. So this is volume 1. And then we've got volume 2, where you can see Nausicaa as well. Just really nice hardcovers. You can never go wrong with a hardcover. I mean, I feel like you can, but I've not gone wrong with a hardcover just yet. Another hardcover. Actually, the rest of them are hardcovers. It's really exciting. We've got the collector's edition of Clover, which is another Clamp series. Obviously, I'm rereading because if some of you guys have already checked out my channel, I'm doing a Clamp first series where I'll be just talking about all things Clamp. So naturally, I have to be rereading a lot of their works. And what I like about this hardcover, this collector's edition, is that there's ample amount of colour pages in here, unlike a few of the other Clamp hardcovers and collector's editions that have been released by Kodansha recently. But there's more in the middle as well. Hang on. Not doing a great job, sorry, but again, like I feel like there's a sufficient amount of colour pages in here, which is always nice to have. And also it's like a nice, thick, sturdy book. It's just a really good quality hardcover, to be fair. I feel like they did better with that than the card-capped Sakura ones. They didn't give enough colour pages in my opinion. But yeah. But we love Sakura, we love card-capped Sakura, so yeah. And we have volume 1 of Chobits, which I'm excited to reread. I've seen the anime, I've also read the manga, so this will be a nice nostalgia trip for me. I've not actually had a look inside this one, but it's cute. I just really like what they've done with this hardcover. There's texture to it as well. You guys obviously can't see, I don't know if you guys can see or not. But yeah, it's really nicely done. It definitely does look nice on the shelf, I'll give it that. Oh, they do have colour pages. We have Chi at the front. We love her, she's cute. But yeah. So once I'm done with this, I'll probably order volume 2. So that's also on my TBR. I've also ordered Mermaid Saga, pre-ordered it, but that's obviously still not here out in the UK, unfortunately. I know people in America already have it, but we're just always late to the game here in the UK, you know. They don't really care about us out here, so that's sad. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys know, again, if you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, I've been complaining about how I've ran out of shelf space. And my parents and my brother were like, okay, what should we get her for her birthday? Let's get her a Kindle. Look, I'm holding it right. Let's get her a Kindle, which they did. And I have been loving reading manga on the Kindle. I thought it would be like reading scanlations, and I was like, should I not? But when you get like legit digital copies of manga, it's really nice. It reads really nicely on here. And the first one I want to show you guys, which I'm absolutely excited about. I think I'm going to get the physical copy of this if it's available. I tried looking for volume 1, but it's not available on Amazon yet. But if it comes back, then I'll probably most likely buy it if I enjoy the digital copy. And it's Satoko and Nada. The reason I'm excited about this one is because as a Muslim woman, you don't really see like representation in anime or manga. So it's kind of nice to see like a manga that's about a friendship, like a wholesome friendship between a Japanese woman, Satoko, and a Muslim woman, Saudi Arabian woman, Nada. So I'm pretty excited to read this, like really freaking excited to read this actually. And I've got a bunch here as well. I've signed up to this subscription service called Kindle Unlimited, so I can borrow up to like 10 books. So I think if I like something, I'll probably buy it, but it's nice to have the option where I can borrow the book on whatever is in their catalogue beforehand, trying it out, and it's like a legitimate service that you pay for. So, you know, it's always nice to be able to do things like the right way in which you can support the creators. So this is exciting. I've got a few manga here. First one is Flying Witch. I have this tendency, which I've spoken about before, to just pick up manga randomly without even reading the synopsis and being like, oh, this looks nice, let me like try to see what this one's about. So that's what happened with Flying Witch, because I saw it and I was like, oh my god, I love Witch Hat Atelier. I'm going to be reading everything witch related now. I don't know if you guys do that, but when you're like really into a series, you try and find something that is similar to it, because when you can't continue reading it or watching it, you're just there like, oh my god, what do I do with life now? So hopefully this is good. I don't think it'll be exactly like Witch Hat Atelier, obviously, and that's not what I'm expecting, but I'm enjoying the witch vibes theme right now, so I'm sure it'll satisfy those needs. But I just want to show you guys how it reads so well. Like, it's just lovely, and like the quality is amazing, and I'm saying this as someone who used to read scanlations, so it just looks so pretty, you guys. It's so satisfying to read this way as well. But yeah, so that's one of them. Next on my list is Kitchen Princess. I've downloaded Omnibus Volumes 1 and 2. So I'm just going to quickly show you guys the cover. I don't know if you guys can see it or not because of the ring light and it's reflecting on the screen, so I'm really sorry. I'm just going to like hold it at different angles and hope for the best. Hang on. Oopsie. But yeah, so that's the cover for Omnibus Volume 1. And cover for Omnibus Volume 2. Again, I'm going to just try it at different angles and hope for the best. It's by Natsume Yando, who's also done Something's Wrong With Us. I am absolutely obsessed with this manga, so I was excited to see what else she has out there. This is another shoujo which I've not actually ever like gotten around to reading. I don't know why, but I'm glad that I'm finally giving it a chance, so we'll see how that goes. And then we've got this one I'm also excited for. Hang on. A Sign of Affection. Again, I don't know if you guys can. I'm just gonna keep like tilting it for like every cover I show you guys and hope for the best. Different angles, you guys. But yeah, this is by Sumo Shita. I'm excited about this one because it's got like a silent voice vibes. It's about Yuki, it's about Yuki, who has a hearing impairment, so obviously she can't hear well. So she communicates by sign language as per, and it's just how she develops a relationship with Itsuomi-kun, which is this guy. I don't know if you guys can see. Just seems like a wholesome manga, really. Just, you know, romance of any type entices me. So what's interesting and what I've heard is interesting about this series is how they touch upon the difficulties of, you know, beginning and sustaining a relationship based on, you know, someone who has disabilities. So I'm curious to see how they've gone about portraying that, to be fair. What I do know is that I'm absolutely in love with the art style. I love anything that uses watercolors, to be fair, because it just gives me very much Studio Ghibli vibes, and if you know me, you know that I am obsessed with Studio Ghibli, as most of us are, because they're freaking amazing. Hayao Miyazaki's the best, obviously. So again, I really hope you guys can see the covers, because it just looks so beautiful on screen, and I just have no idea if the light is reflecting it and ruining it for you guys. But I just want you guys to see how beautiful this, like, the artwork is. Like, the resolution on this is amazing. Like, I really feel like it's kind of enhanced my reading experience, reading manga on a tablet and reading like digital copies that are legitimate rather than scanlations. You can really see the difference in the quality. So I'm just going to try to show you guys. I just really hope you guys can see. But I'm just going to quickly go to, for example, it just looks so crisp and clean, and the resolution is brilliant. I'm just going to again tilt it just to see if you guys can see what's going on without too much reflection. But yeah. Next on my list is Suzuka. This is a classic that has been on my plan to read list for the longest time, but I've just never gotten around to it, and I feel like seeing it on the Kindle Unlimited app, it was a sign telling me that this has been on your list forever, you should bloody well get around to reading it now, sooner rather than later, obviously. So excited to finally get around to reading this, definitely, for sure. And I think they have the whole series on their catalogue. I'm not entirely sure, I need to check that out. The only frustrating thing that I would say about the Kindle Unlimited subscription is the fact that they'll have like half a series on there, which is part of their catalogue, so you don't have to pay for it. But then like another half would be, oh, okay, now you need to buy the digital copies, which is irritating because either I buy the entire series in digital format or I borrow the entire series in digital format. Don't make me do one, like half for one series and then like the other half for that same series. It just doesn't make sense to do that, and what kind of like bothers me internally, it's like really irritating for me to have like, okay, I'll have like 1 to 5, but then like 6 to 7 I have to buy, and it's just like incomplete either way. So I have like an incomplete digital format collection, which doesn't sit right with me. So I feel like they need to sort that out, get the entire collection of the series, not half of it. It just doesn't make sense. And the other one is just your standard shoujo high school romance fluff inject drug, because that's what I live for. I mean, although now that I'm older, I'm enjoying josei a lot more. For example, like my favourite series include Watakoi, include Sweat and Soap. I don't know if you guys have read Sweat and Soap, but my friend Toots put me on, and I know I keep talking about her, but she's my plug. I'm telling you guys, that girl is my plug. But yeah, she put me on Sweat and Soap, and now I am obsessed with it. Like, go read it if you haven't already. I want to tell you guys what the synopsis is, but if I try and explain it, it's just going to sound really, really weird, and it's going to put you off, and you're going to be like, why on earth would you want to read something like that? But it's so well written. It's so well written. And I was saying this to Tids the other day. I was like, dare I say it's better than Wotakoi? Like, I relate to Narumi in Wotakoi a lot because I feel like I have a similar personality to hers. But Sweat and Soap does the fluff, and if you know me, I absolutely adore fluff. Does the fluff in a much more realistic manner, in a much more wholesome manner, and I feel like that drew me in a lot more than Wotakoi did. That's not saying I don't love Wotakoi, it's still one of my goats, but Sweat and Soap, you guys, if you haven't read it already, read it. But yeah, sorry, I got distracted, but Waiting for Spring is my high school romance shoujo, which I have to read because that's what I live for. Because again, nostalgia vibes. I like reading shoujos that remind me of when I was a kid because that's what I was obsessed with at the time. And speaking of nostalgia vibes, I'm going to be rereading the digital format of... hang on. Sorry. Vampire Night. Again, I don't know if you guys can see the screen because it's very dark, this one, so this one might be a bit more reflecty than the other covers. But yeah, Vampire Night Collection 1. I think it basically just consists of the first volume, really. Again, nostalgia vibes. This was like one of my goats, one of my favourites from when I was like 14, like 13, 14, 15, one of the tweet teams. It was such a long time ago. So yeah, those are my TBRs for now. I'm obviously going to be reading a lot more than this, hopefully. I'll be keeping you guys posted on the updates, maybe doing a review on a few of these. I'm 100% going to be doing a video on the Clamp mangas, just because, you know, I'm doing this is so heavy, you guys. Clampverse series, so excited to do Clover, excited to do Chobits, and I'll probably be getting volume 2 as I said previously. So yeah, keep an eye out for those videos. Thank you for sticking around. If you like my content, please subscribe if you haven't already. Like, comment, share, and please, always feel free to leave me your recommendations. Whether it's anime recommendations, whether it's manga recommendations, let me know what I need to read if I haven't already read it. Let me know what I need to watch if I haven't already watched it. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank you for watching me so far. Peace and have a good 2021, you guys.